Hello and welcome, it's Gillykube and I'm here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, and I thought it's about time I did an art piece with resin. I am not by any means experienced or know much about resin and its art pieces, but I just thought for a change I'd give it a go. I've got all of those, I think they're 45 centimetre round pine rounds, so I thought perfect to actually pour resin. What I did on this one, you see the kind of like bluish, I put just a resin on with a bit of turquoise in it, thinking it would be my first coat on there, but it nowhere near covered the colour. So I decided that I'm going to put paints down in the colours of resin that I want to put over it, and then I'll let the paint dry. So I put that sandy colour down, and now I'm just painting it directly, not with any diluted or pouring resin, just directly from those bottles of acrylic paint in the Global Acrylics. So I'm going to just layer the colours on that round, kind of how I want the resin colours to go, and then I will let that dry. So we'll speed it along and go on to the next stage. Rightio, I think I've mixed it well enough now. Oh, I spilt a bit here, but I'll just rub it in my board. I haven't I've painted the side of my board, so I'm hopefully going to allow some of the resin to go over the sides of my board. So I'm going to start off with the darker blue here, and I'm absolutely going to use my fingers. I find it the best to kind of, it self-levels anyway, so as long as you've got your surface flat. That's a beautiful colour. I just find it better to do it with my fingers than any other tool. I'm actually going to go over the sides with my fingers too, just to get some resin on the sides. Definitely is a messy process, hi. And then I'll go along with the lighter one. Maybe I should just put the colours on and then blend in with my gloves from one to the other, maybe. And then there's like that greeny blue, so the different colours in the ocean. I guess it's probably the thing to do is to put my gold as my sandy bit. Maybe I should use my glove on that first. Oh, I don't know. Let's hope this is right. Oh well, it'll be a nice resin table, even if I've got some weirdo bits in it. Pretty sure it'll turn out nice. It's my sandy bit. I can add some of that gold fleck in there to make it even nicer, I guess. I'm going over the edge with that. Taking it over the edge. Resin on the edge of my tabletop. That's beautiful. I don't know whether to, yeah, I think I will, you know. I'm just gonna go from one to the other, and then I'll put some heat on it to spread it even further. That's beautiful with the gold in that green. Wow, that's beautiful. Really lovely. So I go over the side of my table top, or whatever it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be a tabletop. So nice resin tabletop. Over the edge. Colours are beautiful. Put some of that lighter stuff in it. Rightio, I better take my glove off while I heat gun. This is a real McCoy one, so oh. You can actually see how once you're heating up the resin, it obviously starts to move a lot easier. You've just got to make sure that you really do not keep that heat gun in one spot for very long, obviously, because you could burn the resin or have a little fire or something. But I think actually adding this white was just not the right thing. Believe that I should have let that coat dry for about half an hour before I try coming in with the white to try and make a frothy ocean kind of thing. So I completely a novice's mistake here, and I'll certainly try it again. I just really would like to have myself lessons in getting the ocean wave perfected. Because I think I would love these colours exactly as they are, but me getting the ocean wave, well. So I'm going to go in with some more gold now, because I obviously see at this point in time that I'm not getting like an ocean effect on it, that I might as well just make it the blue AZURE, just a really nice attractive resin piece, whether it be for a wall hanging, or I think I definitely like it as a little tabletop. So I'm just putting those extra bits in, but the more you heat the resin up, you know, just going over the spots, the more it, you know, plays nicely and moves about in your piece. So you can sort of manipulate it quite a bit when you've got the resin warm. But of course, all this time you've got to be wearing a full face respirator, because even though you don't feel it at the time, there are a lot of fumes coming from the resin with using the heat especially. So I've finished blowing that as far as I want to now. So I really need to quickly use up the leftover resin. So I have these little bamboo chopping boards. So I think, I'm going to make, what I've made with these bamboo little boards in the past is house number plate. So I just use the resin, and then you can stick a house number on and then a clear coat over. You can use them for all sorts of things. It's just a really easy and cheap house number, like, you know, putting my son's number of his house on it, and then he put it on his plaque on the front of his house or something like that. You can also still use them as a chopping board. You can have the nice attractive side on display and turn it over to the bamboo bit to use it as a chopping board. I'm also still got a bit left, so I'm putting it in one of those little not placemats, you know, a cup holder mold. So I'm trying to just use up every last bit of this resin that I have, because you don't want to waste it. So if you think you might have leftover resin, then obviously get some things available for you to use up your resin in. So that's just my little thing that I was merrily going away. I mean, my nice big plaque there doesn't look that crash hot, but it actually is. It's just stunning. So I've just literally finger painted or finger resined those little boards, and again it looks nothing until you start heating the resin up, and it sort of melts into and you can manipulate it with your heat gun, and it really they really did turn out lovely, how you will see in the end. So that is the end of my resin day. Oh, I still have a little bit of the clear resin left. So I'm just about to put some pigment in with my resin to put in that little candle holder mould, which I'll take a photo of the finished product and display them at the end and put it in that. If you want to see how the resin was mixed with the pigments, then wait on till the end. I've literally reversed this video. Instead of watching all the boring mixing at the beginning, I missed that out, but I have got it at the end if you are interested to see how I mix the pigments with the resin. For those that are learning just like me, I'm learning, but just give it a go. I know that I am really, really happy with the end product. So it was worth a little day's venturing in resin for me. So there you go. I'm just pouring that last little bit of the white first into the resin mold. So it goes to literally to use it all up. So I hope that you found this interesting. And if you want to find out how to mix the resin, please hang on for the video at the end of those messy bits. Back to it, putting on nitrile gloves, protect me from the resin. You should be wearing a face mask, protective clothing for sure. So I've got to this stage, I've let that paint dry. I just wanted to paint it, and now I'm going to use the Just Resin diamond coat, which is equal parts. So I'm going to make up 500 mils of resin, so I need 250 of each part. So, and then I'll add the one to the other. So I've got 250 mils of one. If I've got too much resin, I will just use them in molds. There is a calculator on this Just Resin site, I believe, to make up correct amounts. So this is the thick one. So I'm just making all the resin up, and then I'll make it into the colours. So just absolutely make sure you've got everything ready before you start mixing the two together. So I'm going to just leave that, grab my stirrer. These are silicone stirrers that a lady sent me. So you can just let the resin dry on them and then peel it off afterwards. The same with paint. And of course that won't set because it's only the one part. So now 5 minutes of hard labour. Mix up some resins now. I'm going to use these little resin sticks for the pigment. And I'm going to start off with, oh, what better one than Surfs Up by Resin Art, Luster Pigment. So I've got a mixture of resin here. So I'll use a spoon of that, maybe a spoon and a half of that. Blue Moon resin, turquoise, bright gold on my beachy area. Oh, hang on, I'll tell you what it is when I turn the duvet over. Like I said, if I use more than I need, I'll make some little moulds up. I've also got another idea I would like to try. Actually like to try and dip a balloon in. But that's something else. What else did I want to do? I wanted to try adding some of the white, and I'm going to actually add some alcohol ink. I haven't done this. I'm not a resiny person. There's other people that concentrate more so on resins, but I really want to have a go at this resin on this board to make into a table, maybe for my new art room. So, rightio, what do I need? Those little stirring sticks. Now I've been told not to use wood, but I think that's what I'll have to use because I haven't got enough. No, I've got a few of these, so I'll try my silicone ones, silicone stirrers. You don't want to waste any of this because resin is expensive. What am I doing? I'll tell you what, I'm a messy resiner. I'm sure there's simpler ways of doing it, easier than what I'm doing, so it's probably not a good example what I'm doing. But anyway, in for a penny. Let's give it a go. Oh. Crazy long process. I think I best do that right now. So this is the finished and dry product. It turned out beautifully. That gold, it just really looks like sand, but I didn't obviously get my waves at all. I think I'm going to just give it another clear coat. I'm going to give it a light sand and a clear coat, but it's absolutely lovely as a wall art. Hang on, I'll put it down on the table. A wall art or a little side table, which I think I'm going to make it into. But super duper, really lovely effect. Some of the leftover resin I poured into a little candle holder mould. It's come out with a few holes on it. It's probably just because I had air in the bottom of the mould because I was quickly doing it. I did do the two trivets as well, but really happy with that. I'd love to do a huge big round one as a wall hanging because it's just so beautiful. Shine, can't catch the shine, can you, on this? Also, these are the trivets dry. I just didn't get an angle right with them, but they are actually look so much more beautiful in real life. That was with my teapot on it because it's supposed to be waterproof. Well, that's all for now, folks, so I will say bye until tomorrow.